Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NBA basketball preview and prediction for Thursday. It is March 2nd. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursdays. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at ATSStats.com. Right now, you can come and kick the tires for only $9.99 for a 30-day membership or $4.99 for a week. And you want to get all the tools in the toolbox and my picks right here at ATSStats.com. All right, let's get to your SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's see how the favorites and the underdogs done last night along with the overs and unders. In fact, the favorites the last 2 days now, after that one losing day on the 27th of February, have bounced back, being 12-7 the last 2 days. In fact, the last 7 days, the favorites have won 66.3% of the time compared to 63.9% on the year. So we are still always in a bullish market when it comes to favorites. However, when it comes to betting against the point spread, well, that's where the bookmaker has the equalizer, right? That's the ultimate equalizer right there, having control of the point spread. And you can see on the last 7 days, the NBA favorites, 66.3%, but only 53.4%. And that's what, about 17% difference right there? Or let me see, no, maybe a 13% difference. Yeah, wrong math right there. But yeah, 13% difference when it comes to the point spread. And for the over-unders, yeah, unders have been cashing in a nice ticket of the date. 66.1% of the unders have cashed a ticket the last 7 days compared to 33.9%. That's why we're in a bear market when it comes to the over. But you know what? Like I said yesterday, eventually what goes up must come down. And we did have a little bit of a pullback yesterday, 5-4. Not a big one, but you know what? It still favors the overs. And we've been saying it again. You're going to see today, I wrote a good article about pullbacks during winning streak, right? How to avoid common mistakes in sports betting, and I'll show you that in just 1 minute. But again, yesterday we talked about this on the show. You got to keep track of what's going on in the market. It could have, you know, when I tell you things like, you know what, the under is hitting 66.1%, some people will say, well, they'll just keep betting the under. But you know what? What goes up must come down. At what cost are you going to keep betting the under? And yesterday we had our a little bit of a pullback. So that was maybe an indicator that maybe the over is where you want to start leaning towards. And but the bookmaker is doing a hell of a job with the line on totals. You can't get more balanced than this, 50-50, right? That's like putting 100 people in the room. You want 50 betting the over, 50 betting the under, and the bookmaker is sitting in the other corner just counting all that vigorous, right? So that's how they make their money in sports betting. All right, let's get to your 4 NBA games here today for a Thirsty Thursday. Starting to get thirsty. Been doing a couple of shows, so my throat's getting a little bit raw. But the show must go on, as they say. And tonight, the Washington Wizards hosting the Toronto Raptors. Raptors coming off a big win over the Bulls at home. 104-98 was the final in that one, while the Wizards, they took care of business against Atlanta, winning 119-116. And tonight, they are a home underdog of 2 points. 222.5 is the total. And man, look at this number. 108.8 for Toronto. 108.5 for the Washington Wizards, the over-under to land on 217.3. So it does like it to go under the total, but look at the Kogo. Kogo's at a very high 68%. Again, macro environment, right? We got to keep an eye on what's going on. And maybe the over is where you want to lean in this one, even though the computer forecast has 217. And again, you know, sometimes I get these comments like, you know, you said this on the thing. Keep in mind, anytime we do shows like this and we're giving you the forecast, these are what we call indicators, right? This is an indicator. The cow's an indicator. The Kogo's an indicator. And the more indicators you can string along to one side or total, that's where you feel you got more confidence in that selection, right? So little 101, betting 101 there when you're doing these shows, because sometimes we get so caught up into like the forecast that we think it's the only sole purpose and the only thing that really matters, when in fact it's just a piece of the puzzle, right? That's just one piece of the puzzle to the complete puzzle. But again, look for indicators, and the more indicators you can string along, the more you got a better chance to create a winning pick. All right, so tonight we do have the Raptors though at 51.3% chance of winning. Last 4 games have gone under the total, and they're 8-2 in their last 10 games, while Washington 5-5. Philadelphia, man, every time I look at the 76ers, always playing tough opponents, right? Coming off Miami, coming off Boston, and it doesn't get any easier. What's their strength of schedule? 36.7 last 7. So maybe the front end was loaded with easy teams, but the back end seems to be loaded with harder teams. Dallas 57.1%. -4 is the line here for the Dallas Mavericks. and we do like the Mavs to win here tonight. 114 to 112, the over-under at 226.8. They're coming off a 2-game losing streak. We're going to see if that choke job against the Lakers has like an effect down the road here. Sometimes when you lose a game where you're led by 15, 17 points and then you lose, it could have a dwindling effect down the road. We'll see if that has any effect on the Dallas Mavericks tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers. Looking at the record for the Dallas Mavericks, 32-31 on the year. Not a great record for a team, with the quality player like Luka Doncic, and then they get out Kyrie. This team is not, this is a playoff type team, and at 32-31, you thought it'd be a little bit better, right? 14-21 for the Philadelphia 76ers. They're having a really good year, 6-4 straight up, coming off a win over Miami after losing to the Heat. So they're 1-1 against the Miami Heat. 57% chance of this one going over the total tonight in Dallas. All right, Pacers taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Indiana a 5-point favorite. The over-under at 238. We're going to lean with the Pacers in this one. 119 to 113. The over-under landing on 232.6. So we do like it to go under the total. San Antonio finally got a win in their last game, 102-94. What was it, a 16-game losing streak or something like that? And but we'll see if they. Normally when a team goes on a 16-game losing streak, you'd like to see a little bit of a streak go the other way, the law of average. But I don't know if San Antonio can do that with a record of 15-47. But we do like the Pacers tonight at 66.6% chance of winning compared to only 27.2 for the Spurs. And your final game of the evening, Golden State Warriors taking on the LA Clippers. The Clippers, a 3.5-point road favorite, 231 is the total, and we're going to lean with the Clippers in this one. 116 to 113, the over-under at 230.24. So we do like this game to go under the total. LA coming in on a 3-game losing streak off a 108-101 loss to the T-Wolves, while the Golden State Warriors, they beat up the Portland Trail Blazers pretty good. 123-105 was the final in that one. All right, let me see here. What do we got next? Yeah, there's that sports betting tip I was telling you about. Avoid common mistakes in sports betting during a win streak, right? The one thing, I say it all the time, when a team goes on a winning streak and you like that team, the only thing you really control, you don't know when that team's going to have a bit of a pullback, but the thing you can't control is how much money you put on it. But check out this article today. It's at atsstats.com. Go to tips, and you will get to see that article. All right, the Rain Report Light version of the Rain Report, Bud Light. This is the light version, and Golden State taking on the LA Clippers. And here we give you a little bit of a Cole's Note version of the Rain Report to let you know what we like. Also, it explains a bit of the system, and if you scroll down to the bottom, this is my favorite part. Gives you all the home favorites, home underdog record, the points for and against when they're in that role. Last 7 games, they're coming off situation, right? And this is a lot of people like the pearls down here, right? Got to get in the pearls, baby. All right, here's the pearls of the day. When the Golden State Warriors are a home team before a non-division game, after a conference game, and they're coming off a 16 to 19 point win, which they did in their last game against Portland. They are 21-4 straight up in their next game, and that's pretty good considering they are an underdog. So take the points and hopefully take that indicator. Hey, there's that word again, indicator. This is a great indicator, hopefully, to balance out your winning ticket tonight. All right, your number one sports betting option pick of the day. I know my good friend Who's Mizzou loves this here, and yesterday I changed it up a bit, but you got to give what the fans want, and they want the sports betting network. They want the top 25 betting option. So this is for you there, Who's Mizzou. Washington is your number one choice here tonight, plus 1.5. 222.5 is the total. Toronto is the opponent. Washington been neutral 24 days. That means 3-4, 4-3 straight up in their last 7. Their strength of schedule coming in pretty much battle tested at 53% against those C-type teams. Yeah, they do the best at 58%. So meaning anytime they play a team below 500, they win 58% of the time. They are 14-13 at home, which is still a winning record. Not great, but win's a win. And daily market value index had them at +3. You're getting plus 1.5. So you can see the bookmakers do like him as well. And the chance of winning this game tonight is at 45.1%. So the Washington Wizards, your number one sports betting option here today. All right, folks, that was the NBA basketball betting podcast today for a March 2nd. It is a Thirsty Thursday, and I'll see you back here on a Friendly Friday. Have a good night, and we'll see you in the winner's circle. Cheers.